What's good, boys? So I came across a TikToker named Lvkie. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Lukey, Lucky, anything like that. But I saw that he sells tweaks and claims that they're like really good. So I checked them out and I bought them. And I know you guys are probably like, why not buy Zen tweaks? But for some reason it's like really goofy, so I'm gonna try and like message Zen when he's streaming on Twitch to see if he can somehow fix that. But the speed holy tweaks, the pro aim, which isn't like an app for cheating or anything, it's just like really minimal delay, the Fortnite optimizer and the Nvidia optimizer. And what I already like about it is it gives you restore points for each one. So since my computer can't make restore points, this is already really good for my computer. So this is like already good look in terms of my opinion. Of course, I have CapFrame X and Windows Performance Toolkit to make sure to show you guys the benchmarks. These aren't very much of FPS, so if there's a slight FPS increase, don't think that they're horrible because I mainly bought ones that are delay. The only one that is FPS is the Nvidia. So in Windows, it's the Nvidia should be low, but there's a possibility that it isn't. But I think this is FPS, but they're all .bats files, which I'm pretty confused about because as you guys can see, I still have the new world tweaks up here, and they were just like a bunch of folders, like just tons of folders into each other. So I'm actually pretty surprised that these are .bat files, but I will do all of the benchmarks and I will be back when I have those. All right, and now I have all of the before benchmarks of the FPS and the delay. Quick little statement is I am only doing these tests one time, so they can have a margin of plus minus of a certain amount. And if you guys watched my new world tweaks video, you guys would have seen these two are my before and afters. This one's my after, and I don't know what happened with my FPS, but it like randomly went up from an average of 192 to 230 and 104 and 69 to 123 and 78. So I have no clue why they went up, but maybe over time they get better. I have honestly no clue. And now, just for the fun of it, I have the benchmarks from after the new world tweaks, and the DX kernel got like a little bit worse. The Nvidia got a little bit better, but also a little bit worse. The USB got a little bit better, but also stayed the same. The NTOS kernel got worse, but also stayed the same. And then the network, the NDIS is the network drive, and it basically got better while staying the same. So some of the maxes were different, some of them were worse, better, and most of the averages were about the same or a little bit worse. But that's just for the fun of it. But now I'm going to show you guys what applying all the tweaks looks like. Alright, and now we are back to the desktop, and I'm going to apply all of these one by one. Alright, and now I'm going to restart my PC and show you guys the after benchmarks. Alright, and here I have the after benchmarks for before and after for the FPS. It's not very much because, like I said, I didn't get anything for FPS. You guys are probably gonna freak out after it goes down like one or half an FPS, but at the same time there's a margin of error because I only did one test. So obviously FPS isn't gonna be affected. And now I'm gonna show you guys the input delay. Alright, and here are the afters for the input delay. Um, on the left will be all the befores, and on the right will be all the afters. And honestly, I have no other words besides the word disappointed. So just look at these, everything above the ndis.sys. As you guys can see, the DX kernel went from 320 and 11 to 492 and 11. Nvidia went from 307 and 9 to 285 and 3. The USB went from 176 and 18 to 177 and 20. The NTOS went from 250 and 5 to 441 and 5, which honestly almost looks like it got doubled. and then the network went from 92 to 253 and 11 to 14. So as you guys can see, it looks like every single delay got worse except for Nvidia. So it seemed like in the speed holy and everything, all of that was input delay, and everything just got completely worse. You probably won't feel that much of a difference, but it seems like Nvidia did a very big difference. From an average of 9 milliseconds to an average of 3 is I can't really feel that, but like knowing that's an average, that's like a really big jump. So I think the only tweak that you should get from them is the Nvidia. Once again, I did not get their FPS, so don't rely on this guide for FPS if you're like, oh, the FPS is horrible. But the only good tweak was the Nvidia. So I'm very disappointed. But the only true way to see if they feel better or worse is to go into a map and free build. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, and now I'm in a creative map to test if they feel any good. Okay, so far, if I feel that some builds are not placing, which is pretty rare. But yeah, there's definitely some builds that are not building and editing. I think that's like the delay of Fortnite though. I think a lot of people have that problem. Honestly, my ping is at 10, which is it's at 10 to 9, which is my delay for ping is usually at like 15. So seeing that it went to 10 there for a little bit. Yeah, it's in like that 12 to 14 ping range for like quite a bit. There's definitely some stuff that's not editing. I don't think that's the tweak's fault though. Like, I think the reason why it's not doing that is because of the delay Fortnite has. Like, Fortnite's delay is actually pretty bad. But, yeah, honestly, I don't really feel a difference. Maybe the USB had, like, a big jump. I think the USB was the one that had the big jump, or it's the NTOS kernel. But, I think the only tweak I will be keeping applied is the NVIDIA, based off the benchmarks. Maybe I'll do another one in my free time. But it just seems like everything just got worse. So, except for the NVIDIA, of course. So, I'm gonna do one more benchmark off camera and tell y'all if it's the exact same. And yeah, and then I'll make my final conclusion after. I'll catch y'all in a sec. Alright, quick little update. This is the next day. I did another test, but I did some free building, and then I also did the recording. And honestly, these are really good. The network kind of got a little bit worse for the maxes, but the average did get better. The NTOS got better. The USB got better. The NVIDIA got better. And then the DXG kernel also stayed like kind of the same, but like a tad bit worse. But that's also like the Windows, and I didn't get anything for that. So final verdict, I would say these are pretty good tweaks if you guys are trying to squeeze out every last bit of performance. I recommend it. If you guys want to see me buy the FPS, just comment down below. If this video gets to 15 likes, I'll buy the FPS, and I'll catch y'all on a new video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and peace.